We are once again getting ready for the 106th running of the Indianapolis 500. We're lucky enough to have one of the talented drivers who's going to be out there. He is Mr. Sage Karem. Sage, great seeing you. You look terrific.
Thanks.
You feeling good?
Yeah, no, feeling good. It's getting close. You know, it always gets a little stressful here these last couple days before the race.
Driving for Dreyer Reinbold and hopping in the car, feeling good from the get-go?
Yep. No, we had a strong run here last May. Got 7th, started 31st. So
not bad.
Yeah. We were really, really stoked about that, and we were able to roll the car off the trailer and basically pick up where we left off last year. You know, the car felt very similar to that, and I really enjoyed that car. So it was like heaven.
To put it, for someone who's never driven a race car, this year things have been a little bit different in recent years with the sort of windshield. You want to describe what that is? Yeah,
we got the aero screen. Obviously it adds a little bit of weight to the front of the car and makes it a bit hotter inside the car. But we had it last year as well. So we're used to it now. It's not too big of an issue. So I think when it first came in, it definitely, like, all the setups you had originally, like, you just kind of like threw in the trash and you had to kind of start over again.
But for you visually, does it?
No, I'm okay with it.
You don't see it anymore?
No, I think some guys are more okay with it than others. I think, I've done a lot of racing in sports cars and rally cars where it's like having a windshield hasn't really bothered me, so it wasn't this weird thing. And also, I'm a one-off, driver. I come in for the month of May, do the Indy 500, so it's not like I was totally used to not having it. It was just getting in another car, it felt like.
Okay, now, how many spots do you have to make up to be number one now?
I'm starting 22nd, so a bit, but...
So you do the same math, you could be number one, right?
Yeah. That was my goal. So I was like, hey, we're starting this many spots better this year. I mean, that's more than I need, so from last year, so we're good.
That's super cool. You're in great shape?
Yeah, no, I think so. I've been lifting and stuff, and...
I was going to say, because if you look at pictures of the drivers, say 30 years ago, or especially 50 years ago, totally different ball game.
Yeah, no, it's... you think with, like, any sports, really, like baseball and football, it's just crazy, like, how muscular now some of those athletes have gotten, and they're faster, and it's crazy. Like, you look at these guys in, like, the NFL, and they're running, like, 4-somethings, and they're 300-something pounds, and it's crazy, and then, like, the pads are getting lighter, so they're moving quicker, and
So in your case, to stay in shape, do you have someone that motivates you? Do you work out with other drivers? Do you have your own program?
I have a trainer. I live in Pennsylvania, so a lot of the drivers live here in Indy. So I think some of them do train with each other. So I live next to Marco Andretti. So if I ever do any, like, training stuff with a driver, it's mostly with him, like, whether it's going for a run or something like that. But I have a trainer that I work out with probably 3 or 4 times a week where I'm lifting, and then the other days I'm doing cardio stuff, and I like to do, like, cycling, stuff like that.
And you're a wrestler, right?
Yes.
Or was? Were you coaching too a little bit?
Still coaching, yeah.
You wrestle the high school kids? Show them that the old man's got it? Or?
Yeah, I still got it.
How good were you?
I was pretty decent. So, like, the school I grew up wrestling with, they were nationally ranked and stuff like that. So we were a good team, and Pennsylvania is kind of like Indy for basketball.
Right.
It's like, it's huge. For wrestling it is. So, all the Division I guys are usually coming out of this little area that I grew up in, and it's pretty intense. So I thought originally when I was a little kid I was going to be a wrestler, and then racing kind of took over, and I stopped wrestling full time, but I stuck with it because my family was wrestling family, and did it through high school. And now that I'm out of high school and racing, I still want to be around the sport. My dad's a high school coach at Easton High School, and I assistant coach with him. So it's a great workout for me too.
What's great. You went from the role early on as the junior team member, getting your car pink wrapped, and now Santino being your teammate, and you being the kind of the statesman to him, and the number of 500s you've been in. Like, how's that role kind of changed, and what do you bring to that?
Yeah, it's weird being like the old man on the team now. Like, usually it's either I didn't have a teammate, or the teammates I had were older than me. Like, when I was at Ganassi, I had Kenan and Dixon and Charlie Kimball. And then for a couple years, I had J.R. Hildebrand at Dreyer Reinbold. And now I got Santino. So I'm kind of the old man now. So, it's weird to say because I do feel like I'm still one of the younger guys in the series, but this is my 9th Indy 500. It's crazy to think that. Like I would have never thought by 27 I'd have 9 of these things, and it's pretty cool.
When you were in high school, did you have a nickname? As a stud wrestler?
No.
Sage?
Yeah, they just call me SK. That's it. Everyone just say SK. They don't even say Sage. I don't know why. Even my friends still today say SK.
All right, well, have a great race. We're looking forward to watching it, and I know you got to be psyched about it. Yeah. How much do you have to do between now and the race?
Not too much. Just a couple like sponsor dinners, and obviously we have like the parade on Saturday, and then carb day tomorrow, hopefully with the weather. So it's not too bad. Honestly, I think the hardest part is race day morning because you got to wake up super early because I'm not staying at the track. So, I got to get a police escort, get into the track. That's usually I got to wake up like 5 a.m., 6 a.m. And then I'm in here and I'm doing TV stuff starting at like 7. So, you're just nonstop until driver introductions.
Do you eat?
Yeah, I have like some meals that I have like already pre-made and I just heat up in the microwave in the garage and ready to go.
A lot of water?
A lot of water, yeah. We'll be losing a lot of weight. If it's a hot day, when you're in the car for like 3 hours on a real hot day, you're probably losing like 8 to 10 pounds in the race.
Okay. Any tattoos?
Just one. I got the wheel and wings.
The wheel and the wings. That's awesome.
That's
awesome.
I got, when I was like growing up, I said, I want to get that tattoo after I do my first 500, kind of like, Olympians go and they get the Olympic rings. I was like, that's my Olympic rings right there, is get the Indy logo tattooed on me.
All right, Sage. Well, thanks for your time.
Yeah, thank you.
It's great
Appreciate
seeing you.
it. Absolutely. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely.